You're not in charge. We are broadcasting already.
Yes, we are. We don't start our placard or our countdown for 15, 20 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that.
Why are we doing it so early?
I just did it because I was doing it.
Well, anybody out there that's listening, well, we'll be on in a while.
Yeah, we got a while. We got 35 minutes or so, 37
We
minutes.
really ain't on right now.
No.
Well, we are, but oh Lord, the other one popped up. We're on YouTube, basically.
Yeah, that's it. We're on YouTube and on Facebook if they want to click that link.
Oh. Okay.
It should be. But they are. Well,
I don't see it.
there, Facebook. I said pre-show.
Yeah. Ooh. I think I'm going to sing.
I think I'll just do this.
Oh Lord, you hit buttons. So that's where we'll be at. Dang it, how come your picture's on there like that? How come that?
I don't know.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, because I control everything Facebook does. Didn't you know that? Who is you? Who is Robert Santana?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He sent me a friend's request, so he's my friend.
Yeah, well, it's not like your page is private or anything.
My new rapper name.
Yeah.
Crushed Ice.
I bet your buddy was MC Hammer that crushed the ice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, are we going to leave for Keith Richards? I do not know.
It's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
That's funny. I seen that before. Other day I saw that before. You're an inspiration to Charlene.
Yeah.
Boy, she must inspire real easy. Yeah, that girl that says you should have stayed on Lennoxville. Huh.
I know she cute girl. That's a cute girl talking to me on Facebook. Got a cute girl.
Cute girl.
Cute girl talking to me on the Facebook.
Yeah, but you know what they do about some of these pictures. It ain't really them.
No, I know her. That's really her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
You actually know her too. You just don't know you know her.
I don't know her that I know her.
Yeah.
But I spent some time in my life on Lennoxville.
Yeah, well, a day or two.
Yeah, a day or two. A day or a year.
That's a black cat girl, man. She's cool. She cooler than a glass of grits.
I've been there a couple times. Turned the car around. That's about all I did.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I want one of those that raced out the black cat. There's a lot of them that did.
I got my new phone.
Good.
Yep, because my other phone was cracked all the crap.
It was.
It was bad.
It made my fingers bleed using it.
I did, man.
I quit borrowing your phone.
do.
I have no idea what the crap we're not doing. But it's working now. So that's a good thing.
Well, it appears to be working.
Well, over here on the live feed over here, I can see myself.
Well, what I would do is I would do it like that and put this over here.
Yeah.
And then
If I wanted to see the other one, you could click on it, but
put it over here like this. And kind of scrunch it up a little bit. Like that. Put it over there. And then we click back on this one. Now, as long as you're not going to be messing with any of that other stuff, you can click that, and then you have the same size view of what's supposed to be going on and what is on. Red is hot, green is ready.
red is hot, green is ready. Okay. I'm good.
I want to listen to this.
Okay, well, let's look at that.
I don't understand why. I keep hearing people say, why?
He is being it's not just being investigated for firing Comey. There's also the question of what he said to Comey when Comey was still the FBI director.
I'm just saying, these guys in D.C., they make me want to cuss, and they make me want to spit. I'm not saying they're crooked, but when they die, they're not going to bury them. They're just going to screw them right to the ground. I don't understand why. I keep hearing people say, why didn't somebody say something? I did. You weren't listening.
He is being investigated, and it's not just being. Wait a minute, Jay. And it's not just being investigated for firing Comey. There's also the question of what he said to Comey when Comey was still the FBI director.
I'm just saying, these guys in D.C., they make me want to cuss, and they make me want to spit. I'm not saying they're crooked, but when they die, they're not going to bury them. They're just going to screw them right to the ground.
Now the thing about it is, you can't have that up
No.
when we go. But we can actually talk over that. They won't hear it on Facebook, but they will hear it on the radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's only one audio source going out over there, and I can actually take that computer when we're playing something like that. Now, if I try to bring it up now, we get that
Echo.
Well, it's not an echo.
It's just delay.
A delay. Yeah.
A delay.
But that being said, that will work. So, and I ain't got no coffee. Yeah, I do. I got a little bit left. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. I'll be drinking that window cleaner over there before the night day's out.
No, you won't. We got plenty of coffee.
Oh, that's right. You got coffee up there.
Yeah. You didn't get none last night when you went to the store?
No, I forgot it.
You idiot.
I'm alone.
Actually, I think you got a couple up there.
No, I don't. I drank. That's it.
Oh,
I drank it this morning before I started. I did wrong. I did wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I did wrong. I should be destroyed.
I don't know what time that store opens up.
Oh, it's already open.
Dollar General?
Oh,
What other
9
store?
o'clock. I thought you were talking about the gas station. The Dollar General opens up at 9 or 10. I'll get some this morning sometime. I ain't worried about it. I'll drink your coffee. I ain't scared.
It ain't good. You don't like it.
It's better than nothing.
I like it.
I got nobody to love me. I'm feeling sad and lonely. Oh, sing the blues.
I think we ought to do that song.
I think so too. It's a pretty song.
It is a good song. I like it.
It's a pretty song.
Yeah, but we need to have a green screen so when he says, I ain't got nobody, all you see is his head.
I ain't got nobody. This one is full. This one is full. This one empty. So we keep it. No, it's not empty. He had some in it.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. That's something we don't see much anymore either.
No, good TV.
Good TV.
I'm trying not to go on a rant on about Facebook posts. I've avoided it for 3 weeks.
I will keep you
for 3
I will
weeks.
keep you on target.
3 weeks.
I
I've
understand.
been wanting to do that Facebook rant.
Well, you can't do it during the radio show.
Why I can't? Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna be ranting about Facebook.
Yeah, but we're not on Facebook on the radio show. We're on the radio.
Well, I can rant about Facebook on the radio.
But nobody can see you.
But the ones that are on listening on the radio, they know that they need that people are stupid on Facebook.
I don't know. I think Jack Squirrely is the one that come up with Facebook, Mr. Squirrely, and that's why everything's a little squirrely. When
Hey! You want to hear my new intro music?
Yep, we got it.
Yep, I got it.
Did I help do it?
Nope.
I ain't gonna like it.
Because what I do is I put that, actually it's up online, and I'm sitting here with it on that computer, but I'm not playing it off of that computer. I'm playing it from the offline folder.
Oh, really? Is that on your Google Drive?
Yeah.
No.
And that's what I'm playing it off of. Playing it off. I'm gonna download that to my desktop here, just to see what happens. Where's my Google Drive? Google Drive! There's more than one way to skin that cat.
ENG, is that your clock?
Yeah, down. No. It's in the clock. It's the clock down right below it.
I hear. Oh, for God.
Click anywhere on the screen. Get that off. Go somewhere on the screen. Yeah. And just click the clock.
That one right
Yeah.
there? It's not, don't really say clock.
It's a freaking clock.
I'm a clicking it. Just takes them off of It says today is the 1st of July. Is it?
It's April Fool's Day in July.
Dang it! It's already July.
Yeah.
Lord.
You know what I hear? What I hear? Now the way you just said it, you know what went through my head when you just said July?
July.
I was thinking of that stupid that Western. With
Blazing Saddles?
No. With Tommy Lee Jones, and he was going across the prairies, and he had the cows, and he was going, and he something, and he it was one of Daddy's favorite movies.
It was?
Yeah, he loved it. Oh man, it had what's his name in it?
Tommy Lee Jones.
It had Tommy Lee Jones, and it had Ricky Schroeder, and
was it a series?
yeah, it was like a mini series.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, the man whose wife had the baby, and she had left him with them other guys.
Right.
His name was July. And when you said July,
That made you think.
that made me think of it.
And I was thinking about July. No, I don't lie. That's a truth.
It's a truth. TRUF.
July. That don't sound the same.
No. Now I was doing something, and you made me stop.
Yeah, you was doing something with that thing over
Yeah.
there. You was gonna play it directly from the Google Drive.
No, I was going to download it from the Google Drive.
Oh yeah, I knew that. All right, so we get rid of that.
I think that's what was screwing me up a while ago.
And I need to put something else up here. Put that up there. That's what I need to do. Man, I need to find that darn clock again. Okay. Cause in 18 seconds I gotta put that up, right?
Yep, at 15, that starts.
What do you mean at 15? You mean 45?
Yeah, 15 till.
This don't say 15 till. It says 44:35. I got you. I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna put it up in 20 seconds. 17, 16, 15,
Why ain't that showing my
14, 13, 12. I probably went to your Google Drive yesterday when you went here and erased a bunch of stuff.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I figured. I was like, how come he's got all this cool stuff on his Google Drive and it ain't on my Google Drive? Oh, here we go. With transforming. Okay. That's pretty close. What the heck? That thing's a flying. It's supposed to move that fast. Can't keep up with that.
Well, where did it download it to?
No.
Now we can talk all we want to.
Why?
Oh, I guess that is. That's got a microphone on it. They can still hear us. Okay, never mind.
I'm being quiet. Don't want nobody to hear me. Okay, let's see.
Copy and paste. Okay, now get rid of that, and now I'm gonna come up here to desktop. And put that one in. Now let's see if it skips all around. You're skinning cats. Well, it did mess up that time. Charlene's out there listening. Hey, Charlene.
I know, see that, but what? How come we ain't playing?
I don't know. I don't know if that's Let's do a refresh on this.
Let's do a refresh on it. Nope.
Yeah.
But it's not the one thing that's...
Don't worry about it. That's just because it's behind. I don't know why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing there.
Green means up next, and red means it's on the air.
Let's do another refresh.
Same thing I did last time. It freezes about right there. But it looks like we're out of the little red line went all the way across like that was all the time when like it has stopped.
Well, no, that's live. That's just continuous. Well, let's do this. Let's go back to. Let's go to my. Come back here. It says I'm live here. Let's just open it up again. Yep, it says live. And it's going to get to the point where I'm not going to worry about it no more. And whatever happens, happens. I got it on Skype. I'll go ahead and call Dave's phone. Yep. He's got us there, and we got us there,
no,
so.
It's the same thing it was. It's going to freeze up just a second.
I don't know.
We're getting banned from YouTube.
Yep. Thank you, sir. Dave's got us. He says we sound good. We ain't said that much yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah, we ain't said
Won't
much.
talk about something.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do at all. That is not what I wanted to do.
No. We're stuck.
No, I'm going to try something here. Let's do this. That. Do this. Streaming now. This is our live dashboard.
It is.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a live dashboard.
And see this went up here. This will tell you, the color of this line will tell you what kind of feed that we got going on. And right now it is okay. It's not really good, and I don't know why.
Well, it ain't that good because that ain't what we're sending out.
All right, now we're. See?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Except
It's a little bit. It's about 30 seconds behind where it's supposed to be. So now, all you do, well, it's on there. So what I would do is I would just share this link here. And just type because Facebook is really screwed up right now. Excuse me. And then that's the last time I do that, and I am just as apt to. Yep, let me just close that out.
it's fine. I'm going to put it up on this one anyway.
Yeah.
Whenever I get your live show thing over here.
And we got 1754.
No, we don't.
Oh, no, we don't.
We
Yeah.
got like 9.
Well, why did that stop?
I think you started all over again when you be.
Maybe I did.
That's okay. We can do this.
Yeah, to go to
The blank one.
yeah, go to that, and then put the show opener on deck.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I keep hearing people say, why didn't somebody say something? I did. You weren't listening.
I really did.
He is being investigated, and it's not just being. Wait a minute, Jay. And it's not just being investigated for firing Comey. There's also the question of what he said to Comey when Comey was still the FBI director.
I'm just saying, these guys in D.C., they make me want to cuss, and they make me want to spit. I'm not saying they're crooked, but when they die, they're not going to bury them. They're just going to screw them right to the ground. It is the Not Quite Right Show. We are live and happening. Hi there, gang. Man, what a week. Holy smokes. So much good stuff going on, getting drowned out by so much bad stuff going on. I just don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to look at the President of the United States, who I respect. I respect him, and bless his heart. Bless his heart. Hi there, gang. Rusty Mace, the Not Quite Right Show. 95.1 FM News Talk, WDNG. So glad finally to get to it. This is 4th of July weekend, right?
Yeah.
Now, 4th of July isn't until like Wednesday or Thursday or something. Tuesday? Is that when it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So why is this the weekend? Why ain't it next weekend?
Because it's closer. It's if you round down.
Yeah. Well.
Round down, and it goes back to this weekend.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know who makes these decisions.
I do.
somewhere in D.C. there's an office, a holiday midweek decision making weekends.
Yeah.
Decision maker, and let's go ahead and just throw it out there. Poor old President Trump. I love him. Had some great things happen this week. His travel ban. Supreme Court said, "Yep, here you go. You good? Good to go. And then they passed the law about this was. I mean, to me, it was a no-brainer. That if an illegal alien gets deported and has committed a crime and tries to sneak back into the country and gets caught, he go to jail.
Yeah, jail.
Go to jail. Yep. And that law got passed.
Yep.
And then
that happened.
Yeah. And I'm conflicted. I'm telling you guys right now that I'm probably not going to be the most liked person today, straight up.
He's in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm conflicted. My upbringing's got me all flipping conflicted, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And not in this. Maybe in the next segment I'll play it for you.
We got to wait.
Yeah, you got to wait. That's called a tease, y'all.
Oh.
We have. I went back, and I've been watching all the broadcasts. I don't just watch Fox. I try to watch the CNNs, and I try to watch the MSNBCs and the ABCs and the CBS, and any station that's got
NBC.
Anybody's got at least 3 initials or more. I try to watch them, and so. And I'm watching them, and I expected them to hammer the president fairly heavy. I didn't expect them to completely ignore everything else he did during the week, which, of course, they did.
Goes without saying.
And I read the tweet, and of course we're talking about the tweet towards the morning joke co-host, and.
The one with the face.
Yes, the thing about they had been trying to get Donald Trump, and she had gone through some kind of surgery, plastic surgery, and her face was bleeding a little bit, and he put that in
He did that.
He did that. Now, I can understand it.
Yeah.
First off, after going back and doing my own kind of research and seeing everything that's been said, these guys have been hammering Donald Trump month after month after month after month.
And he's tired of it.
And he bit back.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that I haven't done the same exact thing.
I would.
I have shot off my mouth before I've loaded my brains several times. I kind of feel blessed that I got a president that's not afraid to do the same thing.
Yeah.
With that being said, that is in complete conflict with my upbringing.
Yeah.
Because my upbringing tells me she's a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a woman, and you need to just let it go.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Just let it go. Because that wasn't very Baptist of you. I'm just telling you right now, Mr. President, that was not very Baptist of you.
Oh, Lordy.
I was disappointed. Well, no, that's not exactly. No, I wasn't. I wasn't disappointed. I was a little bit shocked. Yeah, that he did it. I don't blame you for doing it. I wished it might have been worded different.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the whole thing. It's not the fact that you did it. It's not that you said it. It's what you said. Kind of a thing. I personally would have. But then again, I'm not the president. Yeah. And that's why I'm so conflicted, because we got a president that has never. We knew what we were getting when we voted for him.
Right.
It ain't like he just started tweeting when he got to the White House.
Right.
It ain't like that's the first time. It's not the first time the man has used his thumbs to send out these messages.
No.
And so it should not have been a giant surprise to anybody after the way he had been hammered month after month after month. I mean, he'd been called mentally ill. He'd been called a hack. He'd been called all kinds of things. And I've got just some of it that I'm going to play for you, that, the things that they said. And, of course, the mainstream media doesn't want to hear any of that. And in that same thought, during the week, the press secretary had some issues with CNN at press conference, and about having your cameras on. Now, those of you who know anything about the press conference know there's a press corps, and the press corps, they have one camera feed, or the camera feed that they feed to everybody when there's a press conference. Everybody gets the same thing. Boom. Which is a fair and just way to do it. So they say no recording, or none, keep your cameras off. And now they're wanting to revolt and go against the rules. And I heard one of them say this exact, and this is a direct quote from, I think it was on CNN. One of the commentators said, and I quote, "They can't kick us all out." Yes, they can.
That was crazy.
That's just
moron
stupid.
said that?
It's just like,
This is the president of the United States.
It's my press conference.
Yeah.
I can pretty much do what I want to. They can't kick us all out. That's like Nancy Pelosi saying, I'll leave when I want to.
Yeah.
Well, no, you won't.
Not necessarily so.
Not necessarily so, Nancy. But like I said, so many good things this week just got blowed out the water and pushed to the wayside. I did find it strange that Hawaii ran straight to the court and tried to file another injunction about the travel ban, which
Not a surprise.
I mean, because their Somali immigrant tourist is so vital to their economy, evidently.
I guess that's it.
The Somali immigrant tourist trade in Hawaii evidently is a lot bigger than what I thought it was, so we do no. And they have already ran to the court and tried to file an injunction, which I'm sure that's got to get shot down, right? I mean, the Supreme Court said, we got this one figured out. They rolled it out smooth as glass. I thought that was really cool, because I thought for sure there would be demonstrations, but everybody's still worried about Russia and all that, which that's another thing. And coming up after the break, right before the show, I saw something that came across my desk that really, really, truly interested me and made me think and made me go, huh? I mean, I've been hearing this for months and months and months and months and months. 17 agencies have agreed that Russia interfered with our 17. I've heard congressmen say it. I've heard senators say it. I've heard every commentator on the face of the planet say it. And, some news came out right before, I don't know if it was last night or when exactly it came out, but it's out. And I'm going to tell you about it right after the break. I am already. We are the Not Quite Right Show. I am Rusty Mace, and you are listening to 95.1 FM News Talk WGNG. us out, of course, right here on 95.1 FM. Or you can take us with you when you're on the road with the TuneIn Radio app. Check us out on WDNGmedia.com or on Facebook at WDNG Media, Facebook/WDNG Media, or right there on Facebook on my Facebook page. Right there.
He looked like a thug. He looked like a goon. You look at the handshake. You look at this. Just what a thug! What an embarrassment! Look, he's mauling him like an idiot. Like an absolute. It's just what an embarrassment to the United States.
Optics matter. I understand why you liked him, but this man is lying to you. This presidency is rotten, all the way to the core and right to the top. You got to stop putting Kellyanne on the air. It's politics porn.
We're totally unprepared for the job of being president, unfortunately not knowing what he does not know.
And possibly unfit mentally. Sorry.
Well,
I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. It's like like a
yes,
kid ripping their pants and then saying I meant to do that. This is not funny. This is really bad. Just for the record, we're all really nervous.
Yes. We are the Not Quite Right Show, and let me tell you, gang, we have got so much going on, and I want to play that for you one more time because the president has he bit back, is what he did. The president has bit back, and this has become something that has just taken over the news completely. It has taken over everything. Has been his tweets back, and like I said, when you've been hammered this much over stuff, when you have been taken and just flat out he was called mentally unstable. Yeah. He was called a thug. He was called a lot of things. And just take a listen to exactly what was going on.
He looked like a thug. He looked like a goon. You look at the handshake. You look at this. Just what a thug! What an embarrassment! Look, he's mauling him like an idiot. Like an absolute. It's just what an embarrassment to the United States.
Optics matter. I understand why you liked him, but this man is lying to you. This presidency is rotten, all the way to the core and right to the top. You got to stop putting Kellyanne on the air. It's politics porn.
We're totally unprepared for the job of being president, unfortunately not knowing what he does not know.
And possibly unfit mentally. Sorry.
Well,
I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. It's like a kid ripping their pants and then saying I meant to do that. This is not funny. This is really bad. Just for the record, we're all really nervous.
I don't know how much of that I could take as a person. Yeah. They've attacked him. They've attacked they've attacked his people, his family, and then he retaliates with a tweet, and that took president over everything else that happened during the week. And that is sad because the president did, and Congress and the Senate, they've done some really good work this week. Healthcare, of course, it is what it is. Do I think that's going to come together anytime soon? Probably not. It's probably gonna take a little bit of time to make sure all of that and get all of that exactly right. But some really good things did happen. With laws being passed this week that not laws being passed, but bills making it through that are really good. But all of that just took a back seat today, and that has or not today, but what day was it? Those tweets come out. Was it Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday? Yeah, that is. And I understand why he did it. If he has been called names by these guys. And at one point in time, from what I understand, like I said, it's not like I'm a big Morning Joe fan. I don't watch it. And it's not something it's not on my what I call my playlist. I don't watch it. And I got to tell you, gang, it has been really tough listening to all the criticism that the president has faced over what he has said, and I got to tell you that I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for what he said, let me rephrase that. I do blame him for what he said. I don't blame him for saying something.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I mean,
yeah.
I couldn't take it. And before we came on the air, we were talking about things just that we can relate to. I don't think anybody has gone unscathed on Facebook or on Twitter. I know I haven't. I've been hammered many times on Facebook and Twitter and everything else. And I find myself, when I read it, holy, as fast as my little thumbs can type, and I know that the office of president is above and beyond. I get it. I get that he is the leader, the most powerful man in the world. I get it. I understand what people are saying, that he should not have done that.
It was not politically correct.
Well, no, but
he's not a politician.
He's not a politician. That's why we elected him. And again, it's not like we didn't know what he was like when we
elected him.
When we put him in the office because we wanted something different. Well, guess what?
It's different.
And I've heard this, that he did not respect the office. I've heard that line thrown out there. And I'm not going to say that I disagree with it, but the office had been disrespected long before he got and how much of it is he supposed to take? I mean, he is the president, but you know what? He's a human being too. He has, he's not, and people say that, well, he should be above the affray. I think somebody had quoted Michael Obama when
that's Michelle. Just
okay. You
go with that.
He quoted. They quoted Michael Obama when it said that what was it? We're going to always take the high road. We're not going to.
Right.
The high road quote. Yeah.
Right.
Which
didn't work out.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well either. So, well, anyways, my thought on the thing is, I wished he hadn't said what he said, and because of the way I was raised in respecting women, period. You just don't.
No.
Actually, I was watching one show. I think Geraldo Rivera was on there, and I agreed with him 100%. I understand why he did it. I'm not going to put him down for doing it. I wished he hadn't. I wished he'd have said something else. It's not the fact that he said something. It's what he said, and even when a woman has attacked him the way that woman had attacked him, and they've called it sexist, and they've called it this, and they've called it that, and none of that applies. And maybe if we have time a little bit later on, we'll get into my theory as to why none of that applies. But it is what it is. He's done it. It's over. It's time to move on and do the country's business, because that's what we elected him to do. We elected him to bring jobs back to America. We elected him to keep America safe. We elected him for immigration reform and tax reform, and these are the things that need to happen, and we're going to talk about all of that coming up on the Not Quite Right show right here on WDNG 95.1 FM News Talk. Show. I am Rusty Mace there. We are 95.1 FM News Talk, WDNG. So many ways that you can take us with you, and we do appreciate you taking us with you. You can always use the TuneIn Radio app, easy to download. Works on your smartphone. It works on your tablet. Works on your laptop, your computer. It works on all that stuff. And you can check us out at WDNGmedia.com. Also on Facebook at Facebook/WDNGmedia. Don't forget, we are the home of the Mark and Max Show, weekday mornings, and you don't want to miss that. You want to go ahead and jot that down on a small child. And please, use a neighbor's kid. Don't eke up your own children. The Mark and Max Show, weekday mornings, beginning at 5 a.m. We are talking about the president, of course, the tweets, and again, he has been called everything sexist. He has been called, and I'm going to tell you why. They say they were sexist remarks. How many times have you heard that this week? They were such sexist remarks. Sexist. And I'm going to tell you why I do not feel like they were sexist remarks. Had he not said nothing about her and only attacked him. Isn't sexist when you don't apply equally to men and women, and that's what sexist is.
Right.
So had he not said nothing about her, then it would have been sexist.
Right.
But since he got them both, I don't see how you can call that sexist. I don't. I don't. I think because he applied his sharp tongue equally. He applied it equally. That argument is gone. Now the thing that, like I said before the break, I said something that I saw on the news this morning. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it broke last night. I don't know when exactly it broke. I just saw it this morning. But oh my goodness. I guarantee you, all right, ladies and gentlemen, and mark my words, if this just broke, then it's going to be coming out for the rest of the day, and the Democrats are going to be scrambling, and they're going to be putting a spin on this somehow, but it came out today. How many times have you guys heard 17 different agencies, security agencies, 17 have said that Russia was meddling in our elections? Every time you turn on the TV, how can the president say something other than they're doing it when we have 17 different security agencies saying that Russia did it? How many times have we heard that?
A bunch.
How many? I mean, they have railed congressmen on the floor of Congress, senators on the floor of the Senate, newscasters on the floor of the newscasting.
Yeah.
Have screamed it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Guess what? The New York Post, the Washington Post, New York Times, AP, have all had to retract it.
Oh, no.
They have had to go on and retract that statement. Because there wasn't 17 different agencies.
16?
No.
I could guess it.
You're going to go. Give me one. Go ahead. Guess again.
Okay.
Go
13.
Four.
Man.
4 agencies. 4 agencies.
Yeah.
Have said that Russia was meddling in the elections. Not 17.
No.
Not 17.
No.
And on top of that, there was one. I can't remember his name. I wished I wrote it down, but I was in a hurry this morning, and I didn't. There was one gentleman who was in the. It was either the CIA or the FBI, one of the two, I believe, who said that even at that, they still couldn't 100% say that it was Russia that did it.
Yeah.
Using the equipment that they have, and a bunch of stuff I didn't understand.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of stuff. He was talking way over my head, but I heard him say that there was no way that there was 100% reliability that it was Russia. But that was just somebody who used to work in one of those agencies. That's not there now, so you take that with a grain of salt, I guess. So, but anyway, that really, what and I can see it now. I mean, so what? So there's only 4, not 17, and to a degree, that is a good point.
Yeah.
But here is my point. You're listening to liars. Senators, congressmen, you're listening to liars. You're hedging your bets on liars. You're shooting your mouth off before you load your brains. You're idiots.
Hey.
You're idiots.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh,
it just goes to show, again, it's just another slice of meat on the let's screw Trump sandwich. That they're going to say anything, any bit of information they can get from anywhere, whether it's true, whether it's not, whether it's made up. I don't even think they care where to go. I think they go out and they find somebody on the street and they say, do you think Russia did it? And then if that person says yes, they go, okay, well, you're probably a security person. We'll use you. We'll use you. You're a good source. Yeah. So when and people talk about the president should respect his office. Well, the same goes for a senator. The same goes for a congressman, congresswoman, senator, whoever you are. You're an elected official. And I just cannot, for the life of me, understand it. I don't. I still, to right now, think the biggest problem in D.C. and Washington is those people who are leaking information. For the life of me, I cannot understand why the Republicans are still doing this. I can't. You guys are in charge. There's more of you than there are of them.
Yeah.
I mean, why is this all still going on? Why don't somebody get the just to stand up and say, you know what, we're done. We're done. When you guys find some evidence, some real evidence, then we'll talk about it. If that day should ever happen, then yeah, we'll talk about it. But until then, this is done. We're over. There's no investigation. There's no blah blah blah, and just do away with it, and then let the president go back to doing what he's been doing, what he has said he was going to do, which is jobs for Americans, which is immigration reform, which is tax reform, which is health reform, which is why we voted him in there in the first place, not to try to get into oh boy, I just about said a wrong one. Yeah, not to get into a match with 2 morning show, not even news. It's not even a news show. That we didn't elect him to do that. Did we expect him to do that? Yeah. Yeah. Again, we knew he was a tweeter when we elected him. We knew that he has a tendency to speak his mind. He goes over the head of the mainstream press and goes right to the people every time. It's going to happen. Is this going to stop him? No. Is there going to be more tweets that we go, ooh, yes, it's going to happen. Yeah. Why? Because he's Donald Trump. That's why it's going to happen. That's who he is. That's what he does. Get it through your head. It's not going to stop. And I doubt very seriously you're going to see him get up in front of a bunch of cameras and go, maybe I shouldn't have done that. If I was him, I wouldn't. I'm just saying I wouldn't. Of course, I am. But I again, for the life of me, I cannot wrap my head around that.
Well, there was this one commentator I thought was real funny. He said that the mainstream media is more creative than Walt Disney and George Lucas put together.
That's a good one. I like it. We're the Not Quite Right Show, and we'll be right back. Rusty Mace, your host. Hi there. Kate's Law. Kate's Law and was passed. And now, one of the things, like I said, the one thing that's been overlooked during all this tweeting fiasco is some of the good things that have happened over the week. The travel ban being one, and then the passing of Kate's Law, which of course is just a phenomenal law. And I applaud the president for bringing to the forefront a group of people who have been overlooked because, when it comes to violence in America, when it comes to who gets the press, there's a lot of violence in America. Gang violence. There, of course, is domestic violence. There is all kinds of violence. And if you're a victim of a certain kind of violence, then it seems, and it always looks like, and it appears that you get more press. If you are a victim of police violence, let's say that excessive force violence, and you're a victim, you're going to be splattered all over every newscast, over every media outlet, every Facebook post, every squirrely video that can be dug up until it's proved otherwise. Which, in a lot of cases, that's the case. It's all, it's been proved that, you deserved to get your little butt whooped. Your inner child needed a spanking, and it got spanked. But sometimes that's not the case.
True.
Sometimes it is exactly what it appears to be, excessive force. That happens. Not every cop is a good cop. Not every preacher is a good preacher. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a family member or a loved one who has been murdered by an immigrant who has been deported and snuck back into the country and committed this heinous act, nobody ever hears about it. Yeah, you don't get the we're looking for post on the media outlets. You don't get your airtime on MSNBC. You don't get your airtime on CBS or CNN because that goes against their agenda, their Welcome to America agenda. And I am sick to death of a few things. One of the things I am sick to death of hearing is we are a country of immigrants. I've heard that all week long. We're a country of immigrants. And yeah, we came to this country. Yes, immigrants founded this country. But then you know what we did? We got together and we said we need some laws. And then we formed a constitution. And we said, you know what, we need to regulate this because, you just can't let in everybody. You just can't. You can't because you just can't. And we formed laws and we have immigration laws. And I am all for immigrants coming to this country. I am for it. I think it's a good idea. I think it helps America. I think that it is a great thing. I think there is a legal way to do that. I think we have laws in place that allow you to become a citizen of the United States. And in Kate's Law, while it happened is an illegal alien had come over and committed crimes and got deported. Then came back and committed this heinous act of murder. How, in the name of all that's right, can you vote against a law that would take that instance, and if you get caught coming back across after you committed a crime and you just go straight to jail, how can you vote against that?
I don't understand it.
How can you vote against making American citizens safe? How is it possible that we have elected officials that would vote against that? What are they afraid it's going to lead to? Peace? We can't have this. Oh my gracious, we'll have peace. We can't have that. We got to have the mayhem. Now, I think I want to make sure my notes, but I think 24 Democrats voted for it. The rest voted against it. Why?
Because it was a Donald Trump idea, maybe.
Why?
They don't like Donald Trump.
Why?
Because he's not a politician.
There you go. See, that's why I let him on the air sometimes. He says the right stuff.
I've got insightful stuff. There you go, buddy. I got one in.
I don't get you vote against something like that just because you don't like the Republicans or who's president. That law is a great law. It brought to the forefront people who have suffered violent acts that had just not been to the forefront before. They had not. They never got to get to the big table. They never. They were never given the recognition that they so deserved. And I applaud Donald Trump for doing just that, for bringing a group of victims to the table that Americans, and a large part, didn't know about. Because we have been just flooded with police violence, domestic violence, which don't get me wrong, these are important, but there's others that are important too. And I got to say, I was thrilled to death. When I knew it was going up for a vote, of course I knew in my head, well, of course this is going to pass. And
100%.
Yeah, I was who in the right mind would not vote for this law? But we have got to the point in this country where we have been so brainwashed on immigration that, oh my gracious. And there was one guy that I even seen on there that was talking about the benefits that the illegal immigrants get, and he was swearing up and down that they don't get Medicaid and they don't get hospitalization. And he was just talking stupid, and I don't get it. And coming up next hour, we are going to talk about some of the immigration and the immigration status of some of the workers, some of the people that have come to this country illegally. And I just can't for the life of me figure out why we just we pay for everything. I don't get it. We're the Not Quite Right Show. Rite Show. Thanks for having us in your radio. We do appreciate you tuning in. I know you got lots of choices out there, and we do so appreciate you choosing us. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. We are 95.1 FM News Talk WDNG. You can listen to us right here on radio. And let's say, oh, you're going to take a trip or you're going to vacation on this 4th of July weekend. Well, you can take us with you. You can download that TuneIn Radio app, and you can take us with you. You can check us out on Facebook at WDNGmedia.com or on Facebook at Facebook/WDNGmedia. We are all over the place. Lots of ways that you can get us to, you can keep us with you all summer long wherever you go. Now, don't forget, of course, right here, we are the home of the Mark and Mac Show, 5 o'clock in the mornings. You guys want to stay informed? I got to tell you, these guys are phenomenal. They need to go to D.C.
Yeah.
They need to go to D.C. They'd have that swamp drained, like, real quick.
That.
Yeah, fat.
That.
Oh, that. Yeah. Now, along with everything else that has been going on during the week, evidently there was another shooting in New York. So get ready for a bunch of liberals and a bunch of Democrats wanting stricter, take away guns. Evidently, a doctor in New York worked at a hospital, was fired like 2 years ago. And has gone back in. I think he killed one. Some others were injured, I think, trying to get away.
Well, 2 if you count himself.
Yeah, 2 if you and then he turned the gun on himself. It was evidently it was a rifle, a AR type rifle. So get ready. Get ready, here it comes. It's coming. Gun controls advocates are going to be going through the and there's something else. I meant to download it, and in the next break I will find it. There is a commercial out there by the NRA right now that I think is one of the best made commercials I have seen in a long time about what's going on in America. It is very to the point. It is very fair and balanced. It is very well spoken, and it is so calling on everybody to just stop and think. And it's time to do away with the violence. And the Democrats have gone crazy over this commercial for the NRA. I wish I had it at my fingertips right now, but I promise you, during the break we will find it, and we will play it for you, and you can hear for yourself what is said. They have called it racist. They have called it hate mongering. They have called it inflammatory. They have called it everything you can possibly call that it is not.
It is not.
I can't for the life of one of the scenes in it depict a black police officer, and for some reason, somehow, they got racist out of that. I don't know.
Could have been Asians.
I don't know. It is like I said. It talks about it's time for the violence to stop. It doesn't tell anybody to go out and buy a gun. It doesn't tell anybody to go out and shoot anybody. It doesn't do any of that, like the claims coming up against the NRA from, of course, the Democrats and the right. And it's sad that that we have come to that point. And even when you're talking about hate speech and people taking things way further than they ever intended them to go, even with the tweeting that the president has done, and with like I talked about earlier, some of the rules that are going on inside of the press corps, inside the press room, they have actually had some reporters The one was from AP, and of course there's a bunch of them from CNN that have now said that they don't feel safe, that because of this talking that and tweeting, that now they need protection.
They need to get a gun.
When I heard this one guy from AP talking about it on the news segment, and he started saying that, you know, the way the president's talking, we no longer feel safe, referring to, of course, the shootings that happened to the Republican congressman, implying that the president's tweeting is going to encourage some radical to come hunt them down and shoot them like dogs in the street.
I thought the Democrats would be safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm saying we've got
Republican, you might be in trouble.
We've got radicals shooting Republicans.
Yeah,
we've got that.
Yeah, that's proven fact.
And now they are trying to turn Donald Trump's talking points and his tweeting, saying that because of his rhetoric, now they don't feel safe. Now that they feel like maybe some radical is going to run down to and get a gun and come hunt down the press corps because of Donald Trump's fighting with the press. Not once has Donald Trump said anything to anybody about doing something to any of the press corps that I've seen or even heard about. There has been no talk of any kind of violence, but, and like I said, when I after this next break is we're gonna try to find this NRA commercial, which is it is what it is. All they have done is taken footage that mainstream media and has put out there and shows exactly what's going on. They were accused of using footage from the shooting in Virginia at the Republican when the guy took out or was shooting at the Republican congressman, and which is ridiculous because the commercial has actually been on since April. So there's no way you can't record something that hadn't happened yet.
No. Well, no. That's kind of hard.
It has been online since April, and it was only this week that the Democrats grabbed hold of it and have just twisted it, and they're making it into something that it was never intended for it to be. It is something that, like I said, it is, and take it from a guy who has done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of commercials. This is one of the best put together commercials I have ever seen. It is factual. It does all the right things. It tells the story the way the story is. And the Democrats can't stand it.
No, they're mad.
They have gone just ape crazy over this 60-second. I think it's 60 seconds. It might run a little bit longer than that because, like I said, it is on the web, so you can have longer versions.
Yeah.
And I am going to do my best if I can, because the woman is so eloquent in what she's saying and how she's saying it, and she talks about the clenched fist of justice, which really upset a lot of the Black Lives Matter people.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You thought she'd have shot the Pope.
The Pope.
They have
it's bad.
Yeah, they have just railed against this poor woman, and it is one of the best commercials. Not just because, yes, Rusty Mace is a huge gun advocate. Yes, I own guns. I carry guns. I have my concealed carry permit. I believe that is my right, and it is my right. But it's not like I'm looking at this from any other thing than any other angle than what has actually happened. The clips and the voiceover that you're going to hear is about things that have actually happened. They're not making any of this up. And it again has drove the Democrats just nuts. And so after the break, maybe when we come back from the break, I can find that for you real quick, play it for you, and you will see exactly what I am talking about. We are the Not Quite Right Show, and let me tell you, gang, we are having a good time today. So glad you were with us, and we will be back after the break. let me be the first to say, I own guns. I have guns.
Me too.
Now, I'm not I carry guns. I love guns. I am safe with guns. I am a firm believer in that right to do just that. So, is my view slanted? Duh.
Look who's talking.
I mean, it ain't like I made a secret of it. I am a firm believer in the right to carry guns. I was a police officer for years and years and years. I was in the Air Force. My cohort here, he was in the Army. We grew up with guns in the house. We have there has been guns. I mean, some guns. But that being said, when this ad came out, it does not tell me to go buy a gun.
No.
It does not.
No.
And it's the new NRA ad that I say new. It's been out for a couple of months. Been out since April. And let me, I tell you what. I have gone ahead and posted the video on our Facebook page. So if you want to go actually see the video, so you can do that on our Facebook page right now. I went ahead and posted it there, and I'm going to play this the audio from this for you and let you listen to it yourself, and then we'll talk about it. So here we go.
They use their media to assassinate real news. They use their schools to teach children that their president is another Hitler. They use their movie stars and singers and comedy shows and award shows to repeat their narrative over and over again. And then they use their ex-president to endorse the resistance, all to make them march, make them protest, make them scream racism and sexism and xenophobia and homophobia, to smash windows, burn cars, shut down interstates and airports, bully and terrorize the law-abiding, until the only option left is for the police to do their jobs and stop the madness. And when that happens, they'll use it as an excuse for their outrage. The only way we stop this, the only way we save our country and our freedom, is to fight this violence of lies with the clenched fist of truth. I'm the National Rifle Association of America, and I'm freedom's safest place.
I love that ad.
Man.
I love it. Man. I think it. And see, well, it's the truth. Point out one inconsistency, one lie, one falsehood in that whole thing.
There's not one.
There it is. I love that ad. I think it is dead on point. We're in our classrooms now. They have called our president Hitler-like. They have compared him to Hitler. The footage that you see when you look at the video of the Trump rallies where they have been disrupted and airports that have been shut down because of just anything that Trump has tried to do. And the resistance that has happened, and the Resist Trump movement, which, of course, the ex-president is a huge part of, and which, of course, Hillary is a huge part of. There's not one inconsistency, one thing that woman said that is false that I can find. I've listened to it. I've watched it several times, and we will, What? You haven't heard the mainstream media call him racist, sexist, bigoted? Yeah, you homophobic. If you haven't heard it, then you
ain't listening.
You ain't listening, because it happens every day. Every day we're hammered with it, and now this ad has come out, and it just points it out. And if you want to make the Democrats mad, you ain't got to do nothing.
You ain't got to make nothing up.
No, you ain't got. All you have to do, if you really want to get under their skin, and I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, it's not difficult. All you have to do is what? Point out the obvious.
Duh.
That's it. All you have to do to become an enemy of the Democrats and the liberals and all of that. All you have to do, you don't got to shoot nobody. You ain't got to hurt nobody. You ain't got to do anything except point out the obvious. Just show them what they're doing. Hold a mirror up to their face and say, excuse me, hello. This is what you're doing right here. Here, look in this mirror. Look right here in this mirror, and take a good hard look at exactly what you are doing. Yeah. And just like that, boom, you are a racist. You are a homophobe. You are a sexist. You're Hitler-like. It's just that quick and simple. And I applaud that commercial. I think it is awesome, and we're getting we're getting all kinds of things coming in right now. And I got to tell you, we're gonna get to some of these comments that we're getting. They're coming in from Facebook and they're coming in from all over the place. We'll get to them. But before we go to break again, I want to play that one more time for you, so you can actually, like I said, listen carefully, and you tell me. You text me, you call me, you get in touch with me somehow and tell me one thing that you hear that is not true.
They use their media to assassinate real news.
They do it.
They use their schools to teach children that their president is another Hitler.
They do it.
They use their movie stars and singers and comedy shows and award shows to repeat their narrative over and over again.
They do it.
And then they use their ex-president to endorse the resistance. All to make them march, make them protest, make them scream racism and sexism and xenophobia and homophobia, to smash windows, burn cars, shut down interstates and airports, bully and terrorize the law-abiding, until the only option left is for the police to do their jobs and stop the madness. And when that happens, they'll use it as an excuse for their outrage. The only way we stop this, the only way we save our country and our freedom, is to fight this violence of lies with the clenched fist of truth. I'm the National Rifle Association of America, and I'm freedom's safest place.
Now, I want to make real clear what she said here. She said something very profound.
With the clenched fist of truth. The only way we stop this, the only way we save our country and our freedom, is to fight this violence of lies.
Right there. And she didn't say fight anybody. She didn't say hurt anybody. She said fight this violence of lies with a clenched fist of justice. Truth, yeah. Clenched fist of truth. The truth is going to win. And like I said, this has just made the Democrats go just ape crazy. They claim it's calling out, you're calling people to do violent acts. No, they're not. They're saying, she is saying plain as day to anybody with a brain in their head to stop the violence. She is calling for an end to the violence. You're not going to stop the violence with more violence. The violence, you got to stop. It's got to stop. I mean, the hate talk's got to stop. It's just got to. I mean, am I wrong? Am I out here by myself on this one?
I think if you're not part of the solution, part of the problem.
Yep, I think that's it too. And I got to tell you, like I said, one of the best ads I've seen in a very, very long time. We do have it posted on our Facebook page, so you can go see the whole thing, and you'll see the clips that we were talking about and all of that. It's right there on our Facebook page. So feel free to swing by and check it out. We are the Not Quite Right Show, and then text me. Tell me what you think. I might be wrong. I'm not. There's always that slight possibility that I might not be correct on this.
I don't know.
We got more coming up after the break. We are the Not Quite Right Show. Rite Show. Things that make you say, man, that just ain't that's just not quite right. That's not quite right. You get response. When you ask for response, you get response, and sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. And you can't help stupid. You can't fix it. No. You can't. You got those out there who are actually saying the talk on the president isn't that bad, and that woman's just advocating violence. Are they hearing the same ad that are they looking at the same ad that I'm looking at? Are they hearing? Did you not hear earlier in the show? Yeah. I mean, in the first hour of the show. Wait a minute. Let me do this for you real quick. For those of you who say the talk about the president or of the president isn't that bad.
He looked like a thug. He looked like a goon. You look at the handshake. You look at this. Just what a thug! What an embarrassment! Look, he's mauling him like an idiot. Like an absolute. It's
so far he's been called an idiot and a thug.
Optics matter. I understand why you liked him, but this man is lying to you. This presidency is
called him a liar.
All the way to the core and right to the top. You got to stop putting Kellyanne on the air. It's politics porn.
We're totally unprepared.
Now, excuse me. Now, Kellyanne, the statement was you got to quit putting Kellyanne on the air. It's politics. Would that be considered maybe sexist?
I think maybe.
Let's continue.
The job of being president, unfortunately, not knowing what he does not know.
And possibly unfit mentally. Sorry.
Well,
I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. It's like like a kid pooping their pants and then saying I meant to do that. This is not funny. This is
well, she
really
got that
bad.
part right.
Just for the record, we're all really nervous.
Not so much.
I just say when I zip my pants, I usually do it because I meant to.
All I can say is it's been going on, and I've been screaming about it for 3 weeks. That all of this is nothing but a smoke screen. All of it is nothing more than get Donald Trump out of office. The whole Russia collusion, the Comey, from that to all it is. And basically, and this is what I really feel like happened. I'm not saying that I'm right, but I'm right.
Wait a minute.
This is honestly what I feel like happened with the media. Before the election, and of course during the campaign, it was Hillary's going to win.
Correct.
Donald Trump doesn't have a chance.
By landslide.
Yeah, by landslide. Hillary's going to win. Donald Trump, he's a joke. It's not going to happen. First of all, he was never going to get the nomination.
Right.
That was never, ever in the cards, never going to happen.
No.
But he did.
He did.
And then it came election time.
And he wasn't going to win.
No way in the name of all that's holy will that man ever win the election.
Correct.
Election night, I'm not going to lie to you.
I was shocked.
I was sitting there watching, expecting Hillary to win every state. And it just didn't happen. And what has happened because the media like MSNBC and CNN and all these guys that were just so pro Hillary and got it so wrong. The only way they thought that they could redeem themselves from being that wrong about something so important as a presidential election and have it completely wrong is to nullify his pregnancy. They had to nullify his pregnancy.
Yeah.
His presidency.
They nullified it, all right.
I'm gonna tickle myself now. Wait, give me a second. I got to get over Donald Trump being pregnant.
Okay.
All right.
That'll be on the main news.
Yeah, and the only way that they can do now is they got to get him out of office, because then it will prove that they were right
And
all along.
I told you so. I told you so.
Yeah, and this is the only way that they can go back and try to get any. And what they've done is they've lost all their credibility now. I mean, CNN is no more a news outlet or a news agency.
More like a comedy show.
Yeah, it's like saying, I don't know. It's like saying that 70s show was all about the 90s. It just ain't.
It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. And they have dug their own hole. They have dug their own pit. They are what they are. And now to try and they can't accept the fact that they were just so wrong about the election, which, by the way, is over.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Donald did win.
But now they are going back, and Hillary is trying to get some kind of recount and something.
Well, that's been going. That's never going to happen. So I mean, I got to tell you that it has. I wished I could say it shocks me. It doesn't. The bottom line is, they are doing by all of this such a disservice to the American people that it is sad that everything is getting sidetracked. The job that we have hired, I say hired, but elected President Trump to do has been just. I got nothing but admiration for the man. He has gotten so much done in the short time he has been in office,
with very little support.
Very well. I mean, even from the Republicans. I mean, even the Republicans. They I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is it so hard to see the American people voted for the president? Because he had a message. We believed his message. We had faith in his message. We had faith in him that he could do what he said he would do if you guys would just let him.
Get on board.
Get on board. Stop. I mean, and it's not like we're not, it's not like we're not in charge of the House or the Senate. It's not like we ain't got enough Republicans to vote the way you should be voting, but everybody's got their own agenda. Healthcare is a perfect example. Yeah, and I kind of wish when it comes to the healthcare thing, if you're not going to go ahead and just vote it in, at least repeal the Obamacare part, and then we'll figure out the rest when you guys come back. But I wish they would have just repealed it, and then we'll replace it later. But that being said, here we sit. The president's got his job to do. He's got to fight his own people to get it done, and that is just so sad. And for those, like I said, when we played the message, we got messages. We hear you, and of course, most of everybody that they agree with what we're saying. There are those out there who say that ad from the NRA is nothing but Republican hate mongering, and I don't get it. I don't see it in there. I've tried. I don't see it. Everything that she says is exactly what has happened. When they point out the disruption in the streets and at the airport, it happened. All we're doing is holding a mirror up to the Democrats' face and saying, here, this is what you guys are doing. All we're saying is stop doing it. It's not a complicated message. Here's the evidence right here in front of your face of what you're saying, and here's the evidence right in front of your face of what you're doing, and anybody with a brain knows that this is nothing but detrimental to the people of the United States. So what we would really appreciate it if you would do It's not like I'm asking you to do something complicated. I'm not even asking you to do anything. I'm just asking you to stop. That's it. That's what the message is about. Stop doing what you're doing, and let's get to the business of doing the business. It don't seem that complicated to me.
It's not. Do the business.
I'm just old stupid redneck though, I'm an old dumb youngin' of a deacon. We are the Not Quite Right gang. I gotta tell you, we got more coming up. segment of the day, the Not Quite Right Show. We are 95.1 FM News Talk WDNG. Excuse me. Snuck up on me. Today is the day we celebrate. Well, today's not the day. July 4th, coming up on Tuesday, did you say?
Tuesday.
Is, of course, Independence Day. The day we celebrate. Do you know what we celebrate?
July the 4th.
Do you know why we celebrate July the 4th?
Yeah, because it's July the 4th.
Yeah, because celebrating July the 4th on the 5th would just be stupid.
It would be.
That'd be stupid.
It's Independence Day.
Independence Day, the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
That is correct.
That is correct. And that, of course, is when the original 13 said we will no longer be a part of the British Empire. We are now our own nation.
Correct.
That is what we celebrate. And we do that with hot dogs.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that we do a lot of our holidays
Centered around hot dogs.
Centered around hot dogs and hamburgers.
I love it.
I love it. The cost of that document that has been bought and paid for by the blood of soldiers from the Revolutionary War right on till today. It is a awesome holiday that a lot of countries know nothing about. A lot of people know nothing about. A lot of hard years. A lot of wars have been fought over that Constitution.
Amen.
And which gives us all the rights that give me the right to get on this radio show and say exactly what I feel and what I think. Which gives you guys the rights to do exactly the same thing, to say exactly what you think. Now, that being said, I am one of those guys that believe firmly and religiously in the right of free speech, which was given to us in that Constitution. We have the right to say whatever we want to say. What we do not and should not ever have is the right to incite.
There you go.
That is not free speech. That is damaging and damning to the very fabric of what makes America great. It is deplorable that people try to wrap themselves into that free speech banner and get on and do nothing but try to incite violence. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Methodists, Baptists, pedestrians, I don't care who you are. You do not and should not ever think you have the right to incite. You have the right to your opinion. Your opinion stops at my nose. You do not have the right to force your opinion on me. I celebrate this Independence Day because of the price it has cost in American lives to keep it. It is a holiday like no other that we celebrate. Like I said, there's a lot of countries, a lot of people who know nothing about it that don't have an Independence Day. We are blessed in this country.
Amen.
We are a country that will pull together. When it comes to foreign nations taking and drawing a bead on America, hey, you shoot at one of us, you got to deal with the whole trailer park, bud. That's just the way it is. We may bicker amongst ourselves and we may be disagreeing on what the president should or should not say, or should or should not do, but that is us. That's who we are. And when you, like I said, when you take a shot at one of us, you take a shot at all of us. So, that being said, I do believe that this evening there's going to be fireworks going. I can't wrap my head around this being the 4th of July weekend yet.
It's Tuesday.
I know, but this is really the 4th of July weekend. I mean, why not next weekend?
I don't know. They might celebrate both weekends. I don't know. You know, make it a whole week thing. A lot of factories shut down for the 4th of July week.
They do?
So, yeah. Well, they do a cleanup usually. So the maintenance people.
Is the Walmart open?
Yeah, Walmart.
Is the Walmart open on 4th of July?
Be open unless,
get on down to the Walmart.
Yeah. But a lot of people do take their vacations that week.
Okay. I like I said, but before last night when it dawned on me, I was counting on fireworks next weekend. But I guess they're all going to be tonight, huh?
I think they're mostly going to be Tuesday night.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when the 4th is.
Well, then,
the 4th is on Tuesday.
Then what makes the 4th of weekend so special? If we're not going to have fireworks, if we're not going to do hot dogs, if we all got to wait till Tuesday.
Well, now, we don't got to wait till Tuesday to cook some hot dogs on the grill. You know, that's the plan. Today. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Today.
Well, you know,
some ribs.
Now, I'll be honest, there's a couple of holidays that I really feel like all businesses should close. Easter.
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
Independence Day.
Yes.
My birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean that's just the way.
Yeah.
I feel it should be. If you're wondering what they are, one more time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First off, top of the list, Easter.
Easter.
Everything closed down.
Easter.
No business open.
No business.
The second one should be Christmas.
Christmas.
And I'm not talking about Santa Claus. I'm talking about Jesus Christ's birthday, that we celebrate Jesus Christ's birthday, not Santa Claus. Christmas.
Shut down.
Shut down. Nobody open.
Nobody open.
Independence Day.
Hospitals maybe.
Hospitals remain open 24/7.
Yeah.
Independence Day, which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
That is the day that, like I said, that we celebrate the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Correct. And the original 13 said we are a country and removed ourselves from British rule.
Yes, the tyranny.
And,
I like that word.
Well, you know, and the last one is Rusty's birthday, March 19th. Just because everything should shut down. We do hope you have a happy and safe 4th of July. If you're going to be driving around, if you're headed somewhere this weekend for the 4th, if you're going to be celebrating with family, yes, do please
wear your seat belt. That's the way it goes.
And that motorcycle helmet. Wear that motorcycle helmet.
It was a good day.
Guys, have a great 4th. Enjoy yourself. Spend it with some family and celebrate. Celebrate, because we are the greatest nation on earth, and we're the Not Quite Right Show.
Later.